This girl made a post talking about her experience as an unattractive black woman, and I put unattractive in quotes because she's beautiful. And it was funny because everything she listed, I resonated with. I am also beautiful. So I just thought, maybe it's not that we're unattractive. Maybe it's that we grew up in an environment that does not have our target audience. You know, scratch that. Not maybe. It's for sure that. Because look at the material.
Yeah.
For my fellow awkward black girls potentially growing up in white suburbia, I just wanted to say that. It's not you. They're just not your target audience. That's it.
This is what I look like in high school. Safe to say, I got no bitches. But let's talk about growing up ugly and the lovely beauty standards we're all controlled by. So to start off, in retrospect, I don't think I was necessarily ugly. I was just another average looking prepubescent teen. But in the moment, I just felt so invisible and overlooked. So around high school, I ended up getting really into fashion and used it as both a shield and accelerator for my confidence. People started noticing me, and even if my outfits were extremely questionable, I finally felt good about myself for the first time in my life. But when you tie your confidence and self-worth to something external to yourself, the foundation for that confidence is very fragile. I began to hyperfixate on my looks or my outfits because it was the only thing that made me feel good about myself. So while I am happy that I was able to get a taste of confidence, I realized that this was ultimately just a facade. I truly think confidence just comes with experience. As you get older, you tie your confidence to who you are as a person, and it's something that's just way more secure and true to yourself.
This social media thing is so dark. And you see with this thing, yeah, obviously I'm a person, yeah, when I'm angry, I cry. Obviously I'm crying on social media, no brush. But obviously I just found out on live, like, that apparently, like, when people write, like, meaty on TikTok, like, I'm the face of, like, ugly girls on, like, for UK TikTokers, apparently. That's what people were saying. That's why they use my face in the video. That's what I found out. I found out that the reason they use my face is because, basically, they were saying if they use anybody else's face for the thing, they wouldn't have got the point across. But, like I said, guys, one of the pros of social media, like, the hate, bro, it's so disgusting once you hit it. Because what do you mean I'm the face of, like, the UK ugly girls? That's what they were saying. They were saying that's how they knew me by all of a sudden. Man, it's calm. Yeah, guys, that's what I have to say on this page.
All my three sisters were blonde.
Yeah.
And I was the only one that came out with black hair, dark skin, dark eyes. My sisters have these beautiful hazel eyes. My mom's Wera, which is the white one. They call her Tia Wera because she's so light skinned.
Yeah.
And so I grew up as La Prieta Fea, which means the ugly dark one.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who called you that?
My mom.
No.
My family.
As like a joke?
No, as like it's in term of endearment, but people would walk up to my mom and go, "Your daughters are so beautiful," and who's this? And I would be like,
God.
"I'm one of them." Blah blah blah. So I wasn't the pretty one. Like I grew up as not the pretty one. So there was a conscious decision when I was young to be the funny one, and I really think that has lent itself to my personality. Like not just like, oh, I'm going to be an actress, but like I just don't value beauty in my own self very much. And you know, I'm with L'Oreal, I'm a spokesperson, which my sisters are still like, why'd they pick you? Still, like nothing like family to ground you.
Yeah.
God couldn't reach me, so he made me born in Korea as an ugly girl. So let's talk about it. So Korea is, as you guys already know, known to be the country with a very high beauty standard, especially for women. And I unfortunately happen to have nothing that they consider pretty. There were many, but some of the things that they consider ugly about me is my round face, my tan skin, and my big hips. So my childhood was always just me being extremely nervous about guys talking about girls' appearance because they're gonna talk shit about my face and I would hate myself for that. Let alone the fact that I never had a boyfriend. There was not even a single person that even liked me, which affected a lot of my self-esteem because we all go through this, phase where that's like the most important thing in our lives. There was even one time where this guy that I was super interested in told me that I looked like I was really good at soccer, that I looked like a soccer player, which basically meant like I was dark. So that's like the minus 1,000 aura points for me, and I thought that me hating myself and thinking I was the ugliest person ever will last forever until I moved to the States with my family, and that's when everything in my life completely changed.
Do you know why ugly women get the best men? It's been a secret for generations, kept only between the elders of the tribes. But I'm about to spill the tea, put you on, and give you the goods. And tell you why some of the women that you consider ugly often have the best men and are treated better than the pretty princesses and the BBL baddies. By the way, I'm Phyla, a life and relationship coach for successful, smart, professional women. Specializes in working with Black and brown women. Teach you how to prioritize your needs, take sacred care of yourself, and create healthy relationships. The reason why those women that you consider ugly or unattractive or who don't fit the standard or societal ideals of beauty often get the best men and get treated the best is because they have more to offer than looks. They have more to bring than just their bodies, and they have more to give than just their goodies. And even when a man thinks that he wants the pretty princesses and the BBL baddies, it's usually all based in ego, what he's been conditioned to believe about what is attractive in a woman, and what he thinks is going to make him be perceived as an alpha male when other men see him with his woman. But what often happens is that those same men who think that they want a certain type of woman choose the so-called ugly women to be their partners for life, to be the mothers of their children, and to be their wives. Because when they meet a woman who has something to offer more than just the physical, who has brains, who knows how to be a partner, who's kind and loving and caring, and who introduces him to having an experience with a woman that goes beyond the things he thought he valued, it can change his whole life. Because healthy relationships are built on more than just the physical attraction. They're built on more than just the outer appearance, and they're built on more than just sexual desire. So no matter what you look like, if you're a woman who wants to be in a relationship and who wants to have healthy partnership, learn how to actually engage a man instead of just entice him. If you're ready to take your relationship journey seriously and you need help with this,
have you ever been the ugly friend? Because I was the ugly friend for years. You already know I'm in a different setting. I'm in Marvella's house. You guys know that me and Marvella are very much locked in. And every single time she comes over to my place, she stays for a week. Every time I go over to her place, I stay for a week. Y'all been asking if we're sisters or not. We are not sisters. We just really act alike. I have everything to do over at her house. If she didn't have these things, I wouldn't be at her house, honestly. Sorry, y'all. I mean, where are the people who are called the ugly friend growing up? Growing up as the ugly friend, you really just put all your work into your personality so that people can like you. I came to America during the time where everybody was doing the dark skin versus light skin thing. Skin Brianna, light skin Keisha, light skin with the good hair. So me, coming here with my Afro features, Jackson 5, nostril, black skin, and Nigerian on top of that. At that time, if you were African, they call you African booty scratcher. They would just, they were terrorizing us. So it wasn't until middle school that I was really bullied. One girl that was ugly like this, I can't even lie, she was ugly. And I remember every single time she would just bully me, like crying because this girl was just bullying me so bad. One day like this, I got tired of it and I decided to stand up for myself. I told myself that if this girl says anything to me, I will say something back. I'm tired of just being quiet. I'll just be quiet every time she will say something. African household, they don't want problem, they don't want no call from school. Whether they get the call from school today or tomorrow, they will still make it your fault. So I decided to just hold my mouth. This one day, she comes in and she slams my locker shut. High School Musical bullying bullshit. I told her to stop and I open it and she slams it again. I told her, hey, stop it. And she looked at me up and down. She said, Joy, you are so ugly. Puff my chest, I get ready. Guess what I said? No, I'm not. Hey! Got that ass. I was like, no, I'm not. She was like, yes, you are. I was like, no, I'm not. Then she was like, you want to know how ugly you are? If I ask anybody in this gym right now if you're ugly, they're all going to say yes. Obviously, you're the most popular girl in school. Ain't nobody going to want to go against you, and you're mean, you're rude, you're disrespectful. You will fight them. So obviously, so she asked just one girl, and at this time, this girl, if you lived in Irving, you know. She was titled the prettiest girl in Irving. So light skin, naturally long hair, like just... that was her. She cut the corner. Me, I'm thinking she's cool because she's always laughing at my jokes and stuff. Until I realized she wasn't really my friend. But she literally told me, she came from the corner. She was like, Joy, you're my friend and all, and I'm not gonna lie, but you are very ugly. I'm here like, there's this one thing that got me tripping. There's this one thing. From that moment on, she started bullying me alongside with everybody else too. Then on, I always thought I was ugly. Up until I went to high school, I was bullied into getting a glow up. Started doing my makeup. She was a hairdresser, so she started learning how to really do hair. I always got my hair done. My parents was making money at that time, so your girl was wearing Jordans. Up until then, But it don't matter now. Oh. Same girls that were bullying me in middle school are the girls in my DMs right now asking me to put them on to becoming an influencer. The same girls that were bullying me in freaking high school, like me in high school, are the same girls reposting my stuff, telling me their congratulations, and also telling me that they're proud of me. Sorry, I had to say it from the little girl inside.
How to tell if you're being treated like the ugly friend. So growing up, I definitely say I was considered the ugly friend. And this is just the things I've noticed and picked up on. One thing I noticed was people would let me know. Oh wow, would they let me know? And it was never to my face because people are fake. They would literally like just talk behind my back. Like they'd just do a whole bunch of yapping behind my back. See, now I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I was a little ugly. But for some reason, I had the fattest, dirtiest ego on the planet. Anytime a guy was looking at me, I was like, stop staring at me, I see you looking, stop. Like I literally actually give them dirty looks back because I'm like, I'm not interested. They wasn't looking at me because they thought I was pretty. I was just delusional. Next is how you get treated next to your prettier friends. All my friends were pretty growing up, at least to me. When I was next to them, I was invisible. Guys would treat me like I was vermin. Like I was, like they pulled me out of the drain and looked at me and said, ew. So like after a while, I started noticing, oh my gosh, like I do not get attention like how they do. Like all the guys would be on them like, hey, how are you? I would dress like an absolute slut in winter, no matter what anybody said, just to try and get some attention because I was desperate. And no matter what I did or how I dressed, these guys were not paying attention to me. It wasn't just the guys, the girls would treat the prettier girls better as well. They'd literally gag on their cock because they was pretty. Personally for me, I don't have anybody's balls in my mouth. Next is if people are just rude to you, like unnecessarily. Nobody knew that I was a big-headed bitch in my head, but I was still always really nice to everybody. People were just rude. Once again, it was always the teenage boys because I swear I have PTSD from how teenage boys treated everybody growing up. Pretty girl would be like, oh no, I'm cold. Can I have your jacket? Oh yeah, sure, I'll give you my jacket. Do you want my kidney? Do you want my life? I will hand my life over to you. I will sign a contract. I will sell my soul to the devil. But if I said, hey, can you pass me that thing over there? Talk to me again and I'm going to kill you. I'm going to murder your mum. I'm going to murder your dad. I'm going to murder your family. Next is they'd only focus on like one asset that you have. When I was growing up, I had a big bum and I had big boobs. I would not get referred to as my name. I wouldn't get called pretty, but what I would get called out as was, hey, light skin with a big bum. They didn't think I was pretty. They didn't even take the time out to learn my name, but they remembered that I had a bum. And that was the only thing that made them show any small type of respect towards me. You would not get invited places, and when you did get invited, people just like seemed like they just didn't really care whether or not you was there. It was actually so embarrassing. People would literally sit there and be like, yeah, come if you want. What do you mean? Did I show up like a little desperate child? Yeah, of course I did. So I showed up like a desperate child. Was I proud of it? Yeah, probably. And last but not least, on the days where you actually looked like different or prettier, or when you started to have a glow up, the girls you used to know were jealous. The way some of these girls switch up when they realize they can't use you as the ugly friend anymore. Instead of just saying, oh, you're pretty, they will find any way to bring you down and still make you feel like that ugly friend. Because now they got a little bit of competition. They got some competition and they didn't expect that from you. I ended up getting a lot of attention from guys because I also had the body and then my face just got nicer. And some of these girls, they would just make snarky comments like, why does she always get all the guys? Like, oh, why is he talking to her? Like, why are all these guys moving to you? And I'm like, because I'm pretty. Like, they try to make you feel like the unbelievable has just happened if a guy speaks to you. But more of the story is you're not the ugly friend, okay? People are just freaking salty and teenage boys are just assholes.